Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today we will find out exactly how strong it's a level 1 blox player, a max level blox player, and how strong is the strongest player in the game that you can still find it. And I will find out how destructive, fast and good at fighting are. And since in the game the stats don't change how big the moves are, so I will change them a bit by bit, like 2% each stats. Part 1. Let's see how many punches does it take to kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 hits takes to kill this guy. This guy is just a bandit, so I believe he's like a normal human and doesn't have armor. So 12 punches human to human. So after some research, a human is between 500 newtons to 2000 or even 5000 newtons. So it's fair to say it gives around 1500 newtons. The speed is of a fat person, can dash up to 10 times and then has to wait. The moves go and does use some energy, but the M1s like punches do not use any energy, M1s of anything, so it's like a fat person in a small body. And with the distraction it can do, it's max of the meteor that gravity V can do, because more does not, and the stats is 1, so the basic move is basic move. Part 2. Let's go enchant my Bicento! Sharpshooter and burning? Wow. Let's see what I got on that beautiful Bicento. So let's start with the basic rules. One stat equals to 2.795% more damage, and upgraded adds 25% more damage. Mastery 600 equals 200 mastery stats, sharpshooter 10% more damage, burning around 12.5% more damage. So this is the build that we have on the sword. Now let's see the buffs from other stuff. But the strongest move of Bicento is the Z move that deals 193 at 1 stats based on the math. Since you cannot have one mastery on your sword, I had to use math, since mastery give stats points and that's a bit complicated, so I made a math where I got the damage on 1 stats of the Z move where you don't even have it. At the end you will have 2 trinkets that give you 75 both the stats on your sword. Then you will have 180 stats from the modifiers both. By combining both the stats and the modifiers, you get 360 plus 150 stats. At the end I'll tell you. By adding all of those things, you get 711 stats, around 67.5% that will get added to the damage, and 193 base damage of the Z move. So basically add the stats with the damage, make the calculate, then multiply the damage with 67.5. By calculating all, we have 711 times 2.795 times 193 damage plus. After doing all the multiplications, you have 4027 plus the 67.5%. So after doing that, you get the 67.5% was 2719 plus that 4027, you get the big 6746 on a level 1 account with maybe with 600 mastery on the Vicento. Maybe you cannot get 600 mastery on the Vicento, depending if you can get mastery in the dungeons or not. Now we don't know exactly. So the destruction level is Iceland or even meteor or asteroid level danger, like can destroy it easily with the fruit, but with the sword is even deadlier. The speed remains the same, but the only thing that makes the difference is maybe you can get a fruit faster, so it's really obtainable fast and realistic. But the only difference that really seems is that 200 stats from mastery, that you turn it into energy by giving mastery to your combat style. And the fighting power is basically the power in newtons is 3 times the power of a car that goes with 60 an hour and has around 1.5 tons. Third part. Imperial Kitsune deals the most damage with the Z move, with trinkets and other stuff beside the fruit accessories deals 24k on an NPC. By adding the best fruit accessories deals 28k, enough to kill a full aura player. If the enemy is using aura, you will still one shot him, but the damage will go from 24k to 70k and from 28k to 19.5k. Not a big difference by the thing that still kills the enemy. So destruction level wise, the universe is in danger, honestly. Speed wise is more than a god, man. Is literally like can teleport across the map without using portal or any fruit, only needs god human, can use 2 teleportation at the same time with only god human Z and other moves. He can literally flash across the map and come back in 0 point blank. Fighting power wise, like power wise fully, it's 4.5 million newtons. It's almost 10 times the power of a car crash. Part 4. Let's see. Destruction power, speed, and fighting power. Basically, yeah, same thing. But I'll do it more fast so you don't get bored. Based on my stats mechanic, Dragon Talon X, God Human X, another move would be Island Breaking, but something like Flame V would be the size of Lightning V, so still Island Breaking, but imagine opposite, the Lightning V would be the size of the whole planet, so we will say is planetary danger level. So energy wise never runs out, never reaches his peak of energy just by running and dashing, and based on the speed is pretty slow, but with Ming V4, V3 and other accessory you get the speed of light. By using another fruit you literally start being like a hacker based on the game's informations by teleporting you back, so extremely fast. So speed otherwise you're literally a fake god and gods try to move you back like in the ordinary. 7k damage is the biggest damage that a normal player would have in his arsenal to fight, like Flame, V, Ice Z, and they deal that damage with one move. But guns, fruits, combat styles and guns, they always need at least one move and most around 3 moves or even 2 depending on the thing to reach that damage or above. By the way, 7k is around 1 million newtons. I mean 7k with aura on the enemy. So basically a player who is max level and got some items, swords, fruits, combat styles, mastery can deal easily 1 million newtons, destroy planets and move the speed of gods. Hope you liked my video, like, subscribe and tell me if you want more.